Hi, Keith Wilson here, and in this video I want to show you the often overlooked power of using the Activity Series template option within Act by Sage. If you're not familiar with this, an activity series is simply a sequence of linked activities or events that are scheduled at set intervals. You can manually schedule the series yourself or set a trigger to automatically do it for you. Now there's several benefits of using Activity Series, but by far the main benefit is discipline, as it eliminates the need to remember to carry out specific tasks. If you followed me before or watched any of my videos online, the one thing you'll know I constantly try and instill is the fact that you must develop processes to use in order to communicate regularly with your customers and prospects alike. Without this in place, Act becomes a hugely underused resource, so please take this video seriously, and if need be, watch it more than once, because once you understand this one concept, the relationships you develop will be very long lasting. I'm going to show you a perfect scenario in which you can start using immediately within your own business. So just consider this for a minute. Every time you get a new customer within your business, you decide you're going to make absolutely certain that a very strict set of rules are going to be followed each and every time they're added to your database. Now, to try and do this manually would almost be impossible. In fact, because of that, it simply wouldn't happen at all. But with Act, it's very, very easy. Let's take a look at this, because I guarantee that once you get your head round its genuine power, it will open up untapped opportunities that otherwise would get missed. So to access this feature, we go to the Schedule menu and choose Manage Activity Series Templates. Now the first screen simply asks whether you want to create a new series or edit an existing one. For this example, I'm going to edit an existing one, and the one that I'm going to edit is called the New Customers series. On this particular window, I have the ability to create a more detailed description and define whether it's publicly available to everyone or just private to me as the creator. And one important note to state here is that all users with a standard role or greater in the database can create activity series. However, although users with standard access can delete activity series that they themselves have created, they cannot delete other users' series. Managers and administrators can delete anybody's. So once you're happy with your settings on this screen, simply click on Next. Okay, now we're on to the nuts and bolts part of the wizard that actually defines the activities and their appropriate settings. And what you need to remember here with this feature is that everything is governed by an anchor date. This is the point from which all activities in the series are scheduled. In this example that you see on screen, there are 10 linked activities that span 180 days after the anchor date, and as you'll see, they are simply follow-up tasks that allow my business to keep in touch on a regular basis via a combination of phone calls, email, and post. What's more, you may also notice that the tasks themselves are scheduled for specific individuals within my imaginary business, so this again provides you with amazing flexibility. Okay, let's look at the third activity there on screen and see what options are available. So we simply highlight the relevant activity and click on Edit. So we can specify the activity type. How far after the anchor date or before the anchor date this particular activity will be scheduled. Now that can be based upon number of days, weeks, or months. You can specify the duration of the activity, what the activity is regarding, similarly to the way that you can schedule standard activities in the database. You can define a priority, a color, and whether this particular activity needs to be alarmed. The tick box there that you see on screen allows you to schedule activities on the next working day if for any reason it falls on a non-working day. And at the bottom we can also specify who the activity is going to be scheduled for. Now, one other tip which in my opinion is extremely important. You may notice there on screen that all of my entries are prefixed with AS. Now, Act does not automatically do this for you, but I definitely recommend you do it because you can then quickly identify all activities that relate to an activity series. Otherwise, they can easily get lost within your other activities. Finally, you have the option to schedule now or later, and I'm going to choose later and show you how to schedule a series manually when within a contact record. So first off, you find the relevant contact that you want to schedule the activity series with. I'm just going to choose first record in my database, which is Andy Harrison. We then simply go to the schedule menu, and rather than down to manage, if we're going in to modify or create a new one, this time we choose this option. We then have a list of the available activity series templates that we've created. In this instance, it's new customers. We now specify the anchor date in which all of these activities will be scheduled around. I'm just going to leave it at today's date, and when I click on schedule, you'll notice all of those corresponding activities have been assigned to Andy's contact record.